the great things about being a professor is that you just have an opportunity to continue to learn and learn and learn, and I certainly thank you for being here. So speaking of games, we have kind of a tradition in the ISCC started by Mr. Steve Burrows, one of the original directors of our program, and that is to reward questions with little squishy balls, but you must catch it or you can't ask your question. Ready? All right. Can we have a microphone here, Professor Viney?
It's okay, I think I'll be loud. All right, my question was, you told us your story and you told us about your degrees, and I just want to know, you tell us how you got into Express Scripts. Can you tell us that part?
Yes. So the way I got to Express Scripts, I was at BJC Healthcare. I went to BJC several years ago, was recruited. They had a negative 8% margin on $3 billion of cash. This is the finance person talking now. And they needed to do a financial turnaround. And I was recruited by Steve Lipstein to come in and help them with that financial turnaround. I took over their cash management, renegotiated all their payer contracts, the reimbursement for their services with the Uniteds and the managed care companies, Aetnas, and those guys. The CFO and I became good friends at Stifton because we partnered on that turnaround, which, by the way, after 28 months, they went from a negative 6-7% to a positive 6% cash flow. And I had board members calling us saying, oh my God, it's too much money, we're not-for-profit. Can we give it back? And I said, no, we're not giving any money back. So Ed moved over to Express Scripts. I went up to the University of Massachusetts Medical School as a vice chancellor, and I was there for 3 months, and Ed started calling me every month for 2 years. And I finally said, make me an offer I can't refuse, and I will come down and work with you all. That's how I got to Express Scripts. Have been there 6 years, just transitioning out of Express Scripts. Did about $142 billion in deals while I was there. And now I'm very excited to go back and do international work, which is really my true love. And thankful Express Scripts was happy to fund me for these last 6 years. A great company, great experience.
All right, 2 for 2.
2 for 2. What happens if we miss that? What would happen then? You can't ask a question, right? First question is, you were in Medellin, Colombia?
Yes.
Were you in the pharmaceutical or drug business?
No, so this was not, I actually didn't do business there. I was there at 19 years old as a student. I went down because a friend knew a family and I wanted to start traveling. So took off on my own. You can imagine my parents' horror when I called them 20-something years ago and said, Mom, I'm going to drop out this semester. I'm going to Colombia, South America.
Wow.
I, not thinking at 19, went, didn't tell them where I was, didn't give them a phone number, didn't call them for a month. Okay, so, you know, that's the ditzy part. See, this is the anthropologist part of me, right? The finance and the anthropologist. Ended up loving it, stayed for 5 months instead of coming back when I was supposed to. Lived with a family that every night had me meet a family in a poor neighborhood. And this man told me, now, whatever they think of you, you're the only American they will ever meet, and they will remember this their whole life. You know, you're 19. Okay, so tremendous impact on me. I also learned to sleep with a gun next to my nightstand. Not because of kidnappings and cartels back then, but because of machismo. The family I was staying with was concerned that another man might challenge them for me. Heady stuff at 19. That, though, started, once that's in your blood, it's very hard not to want to experience more and understand more and learn more about culture and what people believe and how that can influence the world. So that really got me started on this path.
That kind of is, I was going to ask a serious question, but now I think you already answered, but you didn't meet Manuel Noriega in those days. I won't ask you what year you were there, by the way.
It's a long time ago. See, it was 1980.
No, okay, it was interesting. All right, well, thank you very much.
The only business transaction that occurred when I was down there is one of my friend's parents, a very wealthy businessman, offered me $5,000 to marry his son so he could get a American citizenship. So it was the only transaction that I took part in. I turned them down. It was a lot of money for a student back then, but thought that was probably not the right thing at the time.
You're right, it was realistic back then. Thank you.
Great question.
question I always love to ask people is, what do you wish you'd known at our stage of your career?
I think the thing that has been most surprising to me is that if you have a vision, people will help you get there. I believe that absolutely without question. And so you struggle when you're young, trying to figure out what in the world is your vision, right? Well, here's the thing about it. It can change. It can change every year if you need it to. You're writing a story. This is about your life. This is about the people that you meet. This is about the impact. You're one of 7 billion people in the world. What will the world look like when you have left? What will the people say that you have encountered? Will they be better off for having known you or worse off for having known you? I think that's the issue, and that has gotten easier as you relax more and become more of who you are. That's really hard when you're young to do that, I would tell you. And then also, I didn't realize how hard it was to work. I just was telling somebody, this is the first time in 25 years I haven't gotten up at 5:45 every morning. So I didn't anticipate that, I was in school a long time. I really wasn't thinking I would be a business person. I thought I'd be a professor. So I've been able to do both, fortunately. But there's no one who isn't successful or who is successful who doesn't work enormous hours. I don't care who it is. I don't care who you're looking at. If you're looking at George Paz here, puts in enormous hours to grow this company. So to be successful, you're going to work enormous amount of hours. And I don't think I recognize that. I say that because when I counsel people now, this is what I tell them. This is not a sprint. This is a marathon. I turned 50 this year. I'm very proud of that. I haven't become corporate roadkill yet. I'm very proud of that. I think I'm still relevant and vital. I have another 20 years to influence the business community is what I believe. We'll see if that works out for me. That's a long time to be working. So people can tell you to take care of yourself, tell you not to gain 20 pounds at your first corporation, tell you all these things. It's hard to do in stressful environments. So that's the other thing I've learned, is you've got to understand that there's always another deal. There's always another company. There's always another country. So if something doesn't work out, you just keep going. I think that's really important for you all to understand.
Another question? That's a long way.
Do I still ask the question when I didn't catch it?
As long as it's a good question.
Okay.
What did you do in Cuba?
So I went to Cuba. A good friend of mine's father was the Attorney General under Batista. So we won't get political about that. When you go to Cuba, you go at the invitation of Castro. There is no question about that. I went to work with the medical schools. There are 4 medical schools in Havana. I went to work with the medical schools there and looked at their secondary healthcare system. So Cuba's got a phenomenal primary healthcare system. As an island, they've been able to eradicate most infectious disease because people can't travel in and off the islands, and that's very interesting. But I was really looking at what they're doing in oncology and biotechnology. Now, as an American, I can't do business there. I can't do commercial business there yet because Cuba's not open. But you can go and do some humanitarian work. There's some religious work. I went as a visiting scholar, and that's how I got into Cuba to do work there.
I had a question about the other C country that you mentioned. With 1.3 billion people in China, clearly that's a gigantic healthcare market. Talk about some of the things that Express Scripts is doing to